And write down, please, as we go along these little instructions. Wait, no, we're going to measure angles first. Sorry. I can find that one. Measuring angles first. Let's take a look at that. And here would be your handy dandy steps to measuring angles. Write this down. Somewhere up in the corner of this. Wait, did I give you the wrong one? Blah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's try this one. I like to measure first and then go going. No, we're gonna use that one too. We will use both of them. You got it? There's one in the
Mr. Hahn, for this cheese, you're in 6th grade.
Yep, I know that.
It says 5th grade.
And
So we're
because it'll make Victoria feel better if you take out the paper that has a 5 on it and scratch it out and put a big 6 over top of it. Will you please? I know that'll make you feel better. I hate to break this to you 6th graders, but a majority of the math that you've done, you have done back in 5th grade, so it really is a weak feat. Did I say that right? Anyways, back to measuring angles. Jot down these handy dandy little instructions, maybe in the upper right-hand corner up here. Point number 1, people, this is kind of important, because this is where most people go wrong. The first thing you should do when you look at an angle is determine or think, comma, is it acute or obtuse? Because that is important when you measure an angle. If you have an acute angle and you measure it out to be 120 degrees, you know something is wrong because an acute angle has to be less than 90 degrees. So the first thing I want you to do on this little sheet of angles you have there is right here in the big blank, write whether that angle is acute or obtuse for all, what is there, how many are there, 9 of them? So this angle right here is obviously less than 90 degrees, so you're going to write acute there. This will take 30 seconds. This one here, I don't know, it looks like a right angle. Do you think it's right? I gotta look at this. I think it is. Let's call that one a right angle. We'll check and see. Because that one, if you measure it, could be off a little bit there. This one here is obviously obtuse. You just fill in all the rest of them out. Who knows what. Oh, Frankie, what did I do now?
Do we capitalize angles?
Sure. Let's capitalize everything. Let's write in your best handwriting. Okay. Acute, A-C-U-T-E, you should be done there. By the way, in the end, we should have number 1, or number 4 should be acute. 5, even though it looks kind of right, is obtuse because it's a little bit wider than a right angle. 6 actually looks like a little less than, looks like an acute angle to me. And again, when you put your protractor on there, you could probably get some different answers. But 7 is acute. 8 looks like it's obtuse, and 9 is definitely obtuse.
How is 8 obtuse?
What's that?
How is 8 obtuse?
I don't know. It looks like it's wider than 90 degrees to me. I could be wrong. Maybe it is a right angle. I don't know. I'm just looking at what I think it is. That one we'll have to check and see.
I think actually 6
I could be wrong. Step number 2 then, ladies and gentlemen. Step number 2 is because your protractors are much bigger than the angles given there, okay, you may, and this won't always be the case, sometimes you get a little protractor that fits, but when I use this protractor to measure this angle, these little sides, these little rays of the angles are not going to go through the protractor where I need it to. So step number 2 is, if needed, you must extend the sides of the angles. Now please, please, please don't do this freehand. Ladies and gentlemen, don't sit there and think that you can do that. It just doesn't work that way. When you do math, it has to be accurate. So you're going to have to do this, ladies and gents. Okay. I'll do this, I'll do it black, I guess. You know, put your protractor on this line and just continue it out in the same direction as best you can. I'll get mine. I have to move mine because mine thing goes. All right, notice how that's nice, kind of straight. I'll try to get mine up a little better. There we go. Got that straight line going on the same thing. You can't have it veering off on some sort of angles like that because that's going to mess up your line and your measurements. Do the same thing for the other side just because really only one of them needs to be, but it's always fun to have two. I would say if I were you. Does that look pretty good? That looks pretty good. Doesn't that look fun? Mrs. Stone.
Did you print your map stuff?
I did.
Does it look the same as normal?
Same as usual. I did a lot.
But I did the wrong one. I printed a family report or something.
Yes, you did. Student progress. Been there. It is somewhat different.
I mean, it was nice.
I might have to do the family then. What's the family one give you?
It just lays out like some questions, like what is this for, what is this mean?
Oh. Okay. Step number 3 then, boys and girls. Now we get to the nitty/gritty stuff of our thing. Step number 3. Okay. You need to place the hole, and that's the H-O-L-E, and you have to be careful because all of your protractors, well, some of them have different things. Notice this is the hole that I'm talking about mine. Some of you just have notches. Some of you have little round circles. You know, Rachel's got this one that used to have an arm on it. Right here's the hole. You know, if you don't know where the hole is on your protractor, some of you just have little crosshairs there, but usually they're right there on your little thing there. Anybody not know where theirs is at? Okay, place the hole over the vertex of the angle. This is not writing very well. Get half the stuff there. And line up one of the rays. And I will have to explain that to you. There's no way really to write that, okay, without showing you. That means this, boys and or girls. See, I take my protractor, I put that hole on the vertex as best I can. Now, on my protractor, just so happens that this little line is the one I'm lining up with. The rest of you have like little crosshairs there. You have to spin your protractor so that, number one, the other ray goes through your protractor. I can't do it like this. This would do me no good, ladies and gentlemen. If I line up this side with my protractor like this, and the other ray doesn't go the thing, I can't measure it. It has to line up. Oh, great, now where to go? It has to line up with this, and then line up. See how I got that thing there? Don't worry, I am a trained professional. Again, mine only goes, there we go. If you don't know if you're lining it up on the right thing, please, 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 vertex line. You got to get that first right. You got yours. Show me the money. Good. Again, did you do that freehand? Because that's not a straight line. Maybe you cannot do that. That is impossible. Line it up then, sir. Oh, good. You already got your measurements. How could you tell what that was without going through the center? Show me where you got it lined up. No, you got to go through here. Here. Why did you not extend your lines? You can't do it without extending your lines. Yes. People work with me here. Show me that you got it. Where's it at? Is there no project or something? Yours is that last one that goes through the middle of the circle. You got it, Cal? Yeah. You gotta use your protractor to tell you to extend that line. Oh, that is perfect. How in the world can you just tell your fingers? Well, I appreciate the little line. You gotta line up that and line up. I would recommend giving them a process, but Doctor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now we are all.
I'm so confused.
You got it? Sounds good. Now, here is where we have to do some thinking, children. Let me expand this to a point where you can see it. If you have this done, and we go here, here is the deal. If you look at my protractor, and all of your protractors have two sets of numbers. I have a 50 and I have a 130 there. Technically, mine looks like it goes right through here. Where is my let's see if we can make some heads nor tails of this. Mine goes right here through his. My two choices for my measurements are these. First of all, this is between 40 and 50 on this number line, which would mean it's 1 dash less than 50. It is either 49 degrees, which is where it crosses with the 50 mark, or it's between 130 and 140, and it's 1 dash this way, so it's 131 degrees. Those are my two choices. Now, my paper, because it's on this board and all sorts of stuff, gets all warped, so it's probably off by a degree or so. It was probably supposed to be 50 and 130. It doesn't matter as long as you're close. But there's one it cannot be. If this is an acute angle, it cannot be 131 degrees. It's impossible for an acute angle to be that. So you have to pick the 50-degree angle. And again, based on copy machines and all sorts of other things, you know, I'll give you what we call a little plus or minus 1 degree or 2 degrees or whatever it is. If you have something relatively close to 50, that's good. If you have 60 something, I'm going to say no because, you know, or, you know, if you're whatever, I guess that would be wrong, or 40, whatever. 50 degrees is about the going right there. Proud?
Could you like do it the other way?
You could measure, yeah, you could spin your protractor. Well, let me show, I think this is what Trevor's asking. You know, you can take your protractor and spin it like this and measure it off of this side here, if I can get it. If you turn it, oh boy. Oh boy. I think Trev was asking this question here. Could you put your protractor on it like this and spin it, as long as both of your rays are going, I can't get it right in the right place. I think we're testing our protractor to do. You know, if you put both of your rays on it and did it like this, you'll still get the same measurement. My thing is, my board is too whatever. Yeah, you can do it the other way, Trev, it doesn't matter. Alright, I will give you a chance to measure number 2 there. Measure number 2 for me. And again, first thing you have to do is extend your lines. You don't really need to extend one if you're using the other one to put your protractor on. Oh, looks like it's already back. Who had a question out there? What's your question? Huh? Extend the line, like we said in the direction, like I did. Matter of fact, I will put my protractor on here the other way this time, and we'll see what happens. If I spin this around, I can line it up like this. Well, I get one side lined up there, and the other side goes through the protractor. And mine is awful close to that 90 degrees, which is, I'm guessing, what it should be. You probably should write down the rest of our directions here. Ready? Step number 4, read your protractor. I'm interested though for your problem number 3. What do you get for problem number 3? You need to extend your line and make your sweep looking lines. What is your measurement for number 3? I'll give you a second. Raise your hand when you've got one. And again, if you do not have a protractor that is see-through, you're going to struggle a little bit. You are going to struggle a little bit. Where's your protractor? And this actually went through your protractor when you put it on the line. Are you just guessing where it crosses there? Because it doesn't even go through your, it doesn't. You need to extend the line with the on-pair protractor. This is not certainly like a super exact thing, but you have to be relatively close is what we need. Now, if you have any relatives, and hopefully they are angles, but. And the third one. Again, it has to be an obtuse angle, it has to be an obtuse measurement, so if you get something less than 90 degrees, you get something Now, it looks this liketh to me. If you move said protractor over, put it in, put the vertex in there where it goes, and spin it around a little bit like this. And blow up said protractor, not physically, but literally. It looks like it goes through there by that, again, between, if you put 145, you're not focused on your protractor, it goes between 130 and 140, that'd be 135. It's certainly not between 40 and 50, which is, actually mine goes more. Mine is actually 136 degrees, but again, you can tell how I'm off right here a little bit with it, so. Go ahead and read, do some more of those. See if you can measure the rest of them. We'll see if we can come to a consensus. If you still are needing help, raise your hand and I will do my best to get to you where we need to get to go. Okay. What? No. Some of them get a little tough with where the angles are going. Like problem number 4, I put it over a piece of paper and try to measure there. Neatness and accuracy are very, very, very importante, as they say. Maybe I'll give you just a couple here. Now I'm going to tell you that there's no way that problem number 5 would tell you to be 80 degrees. Because I can tell you problem number 5 is an obtuse angle. There's no way that problem number 5 can be 80 degrees. Huh? I don't want you to have to measure. Let's just do some comparing because I do want to get to drawing angles. Problem number 4. Who has the suggested measurement for number 4? Julia? 15 degrees, I believe, is relatively close. If you had 14, 15, 16, that would be fine. Problem number 5, Sam?
95 degrees.
I have 95 degrees. Is anybody arguing with that? Is that pretty much what everybody got? I would probably go with that. Number 6. Has to be something a little smaller than 90 degrees. Marilyn, did you get 6? Who has 6? Anybody? Wow. Zach? 85 degrees is probably somewhat on the. Now, if you would stop, let's then go ahead and do this one. What if you want to draw? What if you want to draw your own angle? Let's say for problem number 1, I want to draw, what is number 1? If I want to draw a 38 degree angle, this is how quick and simple it is. Once you know how to measure, it's pretty easy to draw. Step number 1, ladies and gentlemen, is you must start with a ray. Now this again is not a freehand ray. Kind of plan out where you want your ray to be just a little bit. Okay, I want my angle maybe to be right here, so I'm just going to take and draw a straight line. That's going to be my starting ray. I would probably maybe put a little point here, maybe put a little arrow there to make it look pretty. I don't know. Got that? How about that for tough directions? Anybody question in that one? Number 2, do that whole, line up the hole and a side with the protractor, which means this. Just like you did with the other angle, you're going to put the hole in the hole, and you're going to line up this side with the ray that you already have there, so it would look like this. Oops. Are you with me? Birthday. Line I drew, hole on the vertex, because this is where the vertex of your line is going to be. This is one side of your angle. You line that up with that whatever side you did before. Got that? Now, here is the deal, ladies and germs. Okay, what is my angle? I want it to be 38 degrees. And unfortunately, on your protractor, there are two 38 degrees. Here's 38 to 40, so 38 degrees would be 35, 36, 37, 38. I'm going to put a hash mark there, get close enough there. But there's also a 38 degrees right here. Here's 30 and 40, 35, 36, 37, 38. There's also a 38 degrees right there. I'm in a quandary now, am I not? Well, here's the deal. First of all, 38 degrees is obtuse or acute? Acute. So you have to, you have to pick what you're going to do. Your choices are this. You are going to connect this point to either this one, or you're going to connect this point to this one over here. Those are the two angles that I have my choice with. But only one of those two, this one or this one, only one of them makes the acute angle. Which one makes the acute angle, Victoria?
The one that goes that way?
Yes, this one here. This other one here, this makes an obtuse angle, and it can't be obtuse, so I have to select the correct one, and this is 38 degrees. So that's step number 3. You need to make a mark, by the way. You can't guess. Make a mark for your angle and draw. Draw, partner. You want to see that again? Do you think you got it?
You got it. Can I see that?
Oh, what in the world is that? Where to go? Hold on a second. Let's go over here. What is this? 85 degrees? Same thing. You're going to start with the ray. Give myself a little point and an arrow. I'm going to take your protractor, slide it, put it on that ray. Now this one's going to get a little more dicey. There are two 85s on there, and maybe you can see it before even making the second mark. 85 is between 80 and 90 here, which is this one. 85 is between 80 and 90 there. Only one of those dots, when I connect it, is going to make an acute angle. Which dot will give me the acute angle when I connect it to my vertex? This or this? A or B? Point A or point B? Who thinks they know which one it is? Right?
B.
B is correct. When I connect this to my vertex, that will make a less than 90-degree angle. Everybody is very happy.